Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights because today we're gonna finish off our story reading of ATO. We were supposed to play EX stages and S stages yesterday, but it was my birthday, so we went out to eat and I crashed in a food coma. So, there's that. And I've been playing Enfield every single day since launch. I have almost squeezed through all of the content on launch Enfield. Right now, I'm just finding content, making content for myself. I'm just setting up zip lines. It's so annoying that in Wuling, the Tianshu pillars, they have full collision and you can't set up zip lines in between them. What the? Ooh, top operator. Yo! Alright. Gotcha gods. Blessing us on this day. Didn't bless me in Enfield though. I got 2 Ardelias. And not a single other 6-star. Is this where my gotcha luck went? Well, I mostly have the top operators from recruitment regardless. Let's pull up a calculator. Who can we grab? Which calculator is the most up-to-date? Rooster? I got the hiccups. Top operator! Who are we getting? Healing? Support? No. Support? DPS? AoE? Oh! Blemishine! I don't have Blemishine yet. I can guarantee a Blemishine. Alright, I'm down with that. Or I could get a Mastima dupe. Let's just get Blemishine. DPS, healing, and top operator. There we go. Blemishine. I have... No! The healing tag dropped off! No! Come on, Blemishine. The healing tag was the one that guaranteed it. No, Magellan! Fuck me. Well, spoke too soon about gotcha luck. I was about to get a Blemishine. The healing tag dropped off. How dare. Anyway, recap for the story so far. The Kinseki Kai and Uncle Tasai have just been fighting over Hoshiguma's shield. Even though Uncle Tasai specifically made the shield so that Hoshiguma can master inner peace or some shit and doesn't fall into an Oni rage like her dad did. So, Uncle Tasai was kind of murked after his son got held hostage. Great. Now that's gonna be held over him for the rest of his life. And now I think we have to avenge him. Aside from that, Haruka and Kichise have been kidnapped. It's about to be the start of the next month, so we're about to get a surplus of precious metals. Our boy information broker did escape though, when Hoshiguma went to save him. But we more or less exchanged Kichise and Haruka. Okay. That should be a little recap. Not much happened aside from the big events. And now we have to face the Kinseki Kai for the last time. I also have not been farming out most of my stages. I have so many left over for the bazaar. I should probably buy these out before we start, in case I forget. Considering I only log in now just for these. Give me my salt agglomerate. My refined solvent. I should get dupes just because of the rerun giving us gold certs when these come back. I'll buy out this shop eventually, surely. Only 4 days remaining to do S stages and EX stages. We'll find the time. Is there any story to these pachinko stages? No? Okay. So, we stopped at AT-ST-3. We continue with AT-6. Maelstrom. Dragged in, swallowed, no way out, no escape, nowhere to run. Why run? Wham! Don't just stand there, these scoundrels aren't half as well behaved as a suspect. I'm tired. You think I'm not? I mean, I really am tired. We and a whole bunch of scum couldn't catch one bloody woman. Kuso. Oh yeah, they're demolishing the area just because they finally bought the deed to the land after killing Uncle Tasai. And the police are bastards. They're working with the Kinseki Kai. She wouldn't touch a hair in our heads. The real scum are the ones she knocked out with her sheath. All of them have a rap sheet 10,000 ri long. We're working with these scum against her, while she knocks them out one by one. Kuso! Boruto keeps saying it'll get better, but I've been on a job for almost 10 years and I don't see things improving one bit. But Boruto was murdered. They were the inciting incident from 20 years ago. Out of the way, cop. Ninja. Shoko, how dare you attack a police? I told you to get out of the way. Wham. Hit with the holster. Holster? Sheath. Why you? They stare into each other's eyes. This too is Yuri. Excuse me, officer. May I pass? Or I could commit assault on an officer of the law, or murder. I'm not picky at the moment. Giga Chad. The officer sighs and stands aside, putting his empty hands where Hoshiguma can see them. Thanks for sugar. Ding dong, Lingona's department store. Don Quixote. Everything you want, you'll find here, Lingona's department store. Come in, have a pint. We have just the right lager for an oni like you. Or if you prefer the more traditional stuff, we have a fine collection of imushochu that you could pick from. Take this, Ojo-san. Out of the way. What's the hurry? Are you looking for the most precious thing on Terra? The stepping stone to happiness? Wait, what if Lingona's department store is secretly a front for the Kinseki Kai, just like the secret casino was? Wait, you're the Aoni of Kinseki Kai. May I ask where Momoka-san is? Are you a fan or are you after Mifune's bounty? Neither. I just want to ask a favor. Can I ask you to disappear me like Momoka-san? Maybe that'll make me go viral like her. Brother, it's not the time. It's the Aoni. Can I get a pic? Out of the way. Wait, Aoni-san. Well, she's famous. Aoni-san, we're just a drinking establishment. One Moshima Black. To go. The Moshima Black production line shut down years ago. May I interest you in the newest offering from the same maker? It's the premium line, which I'm sure you'll be happy with. Fine. Whatever. While the clerk gets the liquor, Hoshiguma stands with her back against the storefront, gazing coldly at the crowd that has begun to gather. A city is a big place, whether it's called Lungmen or Mitsukue. A death of one man does not move the heart of the whole city, much less the death of a Yakuza figurehead. One man has died, many still live. But the people who still live, the city that they live in, has nothing to do with her anymore. Wait a minute, this was the alley! No one is following. This is a good place. Hoshiguma opens the bottle and the smell of alcohol gushes out. We gotta grieve for Uncle Tasai first. Just smelling it is enough to make her lightheaded. This one's for you, Uncle Tasai. How could this stuff taste so thin? And it's so expensive and the alcohol content so high. This is the second time I've drank to someone. The first was to my father at the old home. The Kaidan chasers must be thrilled about the Aoni drinking with a dead man. Kaidan, huh? The story of me and Higashi ended when I chose to step up for what was right, when I really didn't know what it was. It was stupid even though I survived. Chen too faced the same choice. She survived as well, but I still think it's stupid. You should have met Chen, Uncle Tasai. She's a true Kyo, although they pronounce it different. Inyan. But it refers to the same thing. Someone who's willing to stand in the way of an army 1,000 strong. Army with nothing, armed with nothing more than a sword. This one's to her. But I'm not like her. She's brave, unlike me. Awkward, isn't it? But I'm scared, I can't deny it. I'm not worried about my own life, but what about other people? Those I'm trying to protect? What about my home? Honestly, I should just set out for Lungmen right now and never look back. Nope. No. We still gotta save Momoka and Kichise. It's a big deal. An LGD officer suspected of murder in Higashi. That'd make a headache for everyone from Missy to Mr. Lin to Madame Fumizuki to Mr. Wei. They won't abandon me. I know what kind of people they are. They know me well. And I caused this. Will my new home suffer for the trouble that I caused? How could I keep calling it home in that case? Or I could draw my sword and become a real Oni. A killer. Kill Kinbi, kill any of his men who dare to draw on me, kill any police who stand in my way. Turn into a nightmare that roams the streets of Mitsukue, become a true monster, become the Kaidan after all. Take vengeance, go with the tide, embrace the times, become the maddest of the revelers, and become exactly what he, know exactly what everyone in Mitsukue wants me to be. There's no way out. Every path leads to a dead end. Is the bottle empty already? You certainly can hold your drink, Hoshiguma-san. Is this? Beast Lord? Who's there? Oh wait, no, never mind. It's the inspector! Where are your men? I came alone. Wait, I thought Oh. I mixed up Detective Korito with, the Diet member that was killed 20 years ago. Where's Uncle Tasai's body? In police possession. Cause of death was a sword wound, but it was not your sword that did the deed. Then why are your men after me? Orders from above. Come on, man! Are you here to arrest me too? No, I'm here to drink with you. Without waiting for an answer, the policeman sits down on the ground and takes a small glass from his pocket. Damn, this stuff is strong. You want to convince me to come quietly so you can carry out those orders from above? Then get you out of Mitsuku and back to Lungmen. Against the orders of your superiors? Why do you think I had you taken into custody the moment you entered Mitsukue? I would have done the same if a gang leader who had committed a major crime in Lungmen 20 years ago came back. Is that all? What else could it be? The policeman looks straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. When he realizes that Hoshiguma is not joking or hiding anything, he suddenly punches her in the face. Can't believe you forgot. The diet candidate killed by the Kinseki Kai was named Korito. Oh, I didn't mix them up! I was right! They're related! Okay. That was for my uncle. Kono Bakeyaro. His murder would have not gone ignored all these years if you didn't stupidly claim responsibility for your stupid Yakuza honor. Sorry. It's a little too late for that. There's nothing I can do about Mifune now. He's in cahoots with one of the most powerful Diet members. How else could the Yakuza have gained so much influence over the police? The best I can do, the best the police can do is let you go, so he won't get what he wants. And Uncle Tasai's death will be nothing more than a footnote in the Aoni Kaidan legend, and the haunted house, nothing will ever get resolved. Same as it was back then, am I right, Detective Korito of the Spiritual Affairs Station? You say you don't want him to get what he wants, and all you're doing is helping him. You think Mifune is behind the Kaidan? You don't sound surprised. A cop is a cop, even if he's from the Spiritual Affairs Station. I can smell where the rot is coming from, even with this chain collar around my neck. So you've made peace with the chains? All you need to worry about is filling your own stomach with fried meat chop with rice. Not all of us are the same. Do you know how much it costs to get a house that can barely squeeze a family of 4 in Mitsukue? I'm not sure I want to know. If you're willing to pay off my loans and take my wife and kids to Lungmen, sure, I'll turn your old home upside down. Or if you're absolutely certain it'll be a fatal blow to Mifune, I could potentially see myself jumping on this gamble of yours. So it's your turn to answer. Do you plan on paying off these loans that I'm not even sure I could free myself before I die? Or is there a greater power than the Diet enough to take Mifune out once and for all? I'm doing my best to help you. Recognize good faith when you see it, Aoni. The policeman angrily downs the last bit of liquor left in the cup. With me. No. Give me a reason. I want my sacrifice to mean something, but everything in Mitsuku is denying it. What else is left for me in this empty city? It's time to go. It's time to go home. I hope Nessie had a better summer in Siesta than I did here. Guma! Who's there? Who's that? What are you talking about? Hoshiguma! Ghost-san! Momoka? Do you hear Momoka's voice, Karto? Momoka, the idol. Isn't she supposed to be with you? I was going to ask where you hid. I'm over here! This way. Is she talking through the TV? Hoshiguma runs in the direction of the voice. Korito sighs and follows her. There's no one here, but the voice is getting closer. Over here! This way! Momoka! What are you doing in the TV? Neither Hoshiguma nor Korito say it out loud. A shabby TV set lies outside a tiny shop. It is hard to tell what the shop does or if it is even open at all. Inside, Momoka is yelling something at Hoshiguma. She is not looking at Hoshiguma, but knocking on something in front of her, as though she is trying to break the TV screen and climb out. You're there, right, Hoshiguma? I'm here. Can't you see me? I can't see you, but I can hear you. I'm so relieved. I thought it was all over. Hold it here. Hold the tears. Where are you? What's going on in this TV? Kichise and I are being held prisoner in Kinbi's base. Yeah, what's up with these TVs? They still haven't explained it. Maybe it has something to do with the Bakeneko cat. Momoka! The TV goes dark. The cold wind blows through the gaps between the buildings and Hoshiguma's sword hums in its sheath. Where to? I was agitated by Uncle Tsai's death and forgot a few things. My bad. But what about you? Did you really think I'd hidden Momoka? Kichise too. I guess she's not important to you, nothing more than an inveterate pachinko gambler. Hoshiguma. What's one or two innocent lives to you as long as you get this troublemaker out of town? After all, they're already knee-deep in this Kinbi mess. Why bother? We'll do our best to protect them. The people who died in the haunted house, Uncle Tasai, that Yakuza killed in Kajimachi a few years ago. Since when have you been any good at protecting anybody? Got you right there. It is Hoshiguma's turn to punch the detective in the face. The detective stumbles back a few steps before steadying himself. I don't need you to remind me of my failures. But you're not a troublemaker to me. You're my trump card. The only thing that could hurt Mifune. The only thing standing between him and total control of Mitsukue. And the way you play it is to get me out of the city? It's the best a cop can do. A cop, eh? It's the best a cop can do, but cops have collars. Cops do not protect people, they do not protect the weak, they protect the interests of the rich and powerful. And Hoshiguma is finally coming to understand it. Don't return to Lungmen! You're a cop too. You know the limitations. Go back to Lungmen, Hoshiguma. Your particular individual and the LGD will take care of things for you. Hoshiguma instinctively reaches into her pocket where her LGD badge is. But the first thing she feels is something soft. The ribbon that Desai gave to her after removing it from Hanya. A gift from her friends, bearing their best wishes. For some reason, she feels like she can smell the sea breeze of siesta. The haystacks of the Victorian plains. The aroma of Lungmen's downtown restaurants. And the scent of Kajimachi's old wooden houses. You're right. Good, you've seen the light. Now hurry up and... I mean, you're right that the LGD would take care of things for me. Maybe I've been too cautious. Too concerned about bothering my friends. What do you mean? Hoshiguma does not answer. She takes the sword and sheath from her belt and begins wrapping the ribbon around the handle. You're going to use the sword. For what? I have a promise to fulfill. You're going to rescue them. Don't be silly. Missy would probably be angry enough to burst a few blood vessels if I just went back to Lungmen with my tail between my legs, assuming I had a tail, and I'd never be able to look Linyusha in the eye again. As for Chen, I still have to fight Chishao with the reforged Hanya. I can't very well go back empty-handed. We have to retake the shield. Aren't you afraid that you'll regret it for the rest of your life? Like 20 years ago. Uncle Tasai said that Hanya was imbued with the secret art of the temples, but I didn't have the discipline to suppress the madness in my Oni blood. Discipline. Madness. Don't you think it's a little vague? I don't know what would have happened 20 years ago if the secret art was there, And I don't care. I don't need it now. As long as this ribbon touches my hand, Hoshiguma will never fall to bloodlust. As for regrets, the only thing I regret is that I tried to shoulder everything myself. But I was obsessed with my sacrifice meaning something. Why do you think you have to do this? Is it because you're a cop, or because you're a Yakuza? Cop? Yakuza? None of that matters. I promised Momoka. That's all. Oh, and since I'm going to rescue them, it's more likely than not I'll run into Mifune at some point, and I'll go find them if I don't. There's something I have to ask him. Hoshiguma sees a light begin to appear from the policeman's sunken, world-weary eyes. You'll fight him. I'm not looking for a fight, but I'm not sure there's a way out of it. Put a gash or two in him for me. You don't even have to ask. Is that enough, though? Like I said, I'm a cop. I'm going back to the station. I'll do my best to fend off pressure from upstairs, as long as there are no corpses. Words cannot express my gratitude. I hope I live up to it. There we go, finally found a resolve. Hoshiguma! Hoshiguma, can you hear me? Can you hear?
Quit yapping!
Hoshi...
You know what? Yap all you want. We'll give that Aho a warm welcome.
What does Kinbi want with me?
Kinbi? Who's that?
I mean, Mifune.
How am I supposed to know? You're an idol, so maybe Noibun has some use for you, or maybe he plans to do you in. Should've buttered him up some more with that pretty face of yours. I don't know what you're thinking. Bakiyato, who the heck's texting me? Everyone knows I gotta sign last-minute guard duty. Huh? Some unlucky sod's taking over the shift. Yahoo!
He's gone. What happened? Why did I feel like I was hearing voices, even talking to Hoshiguma? Am I going crazy? Behind you. Eek!
Hello! New character? This late into the story? Who is this precocious child?
So you weren't acting in the shows? I didn't believe it when Kichisei told me. You know Kichisei? Is she alright? Locked up, like you, probably safe for now. Who are you? You can call me Sarasa. I'm a fan of yours, and I guess you could say I'm Mifune's employee, but my true identity is an undercover cyber ninja.
Alright. That's a mouthful.
Cyber ninja? Was that different from a regular ninja? Look, ninja are nothing more than hired killers, but the cyber kind, we're wanderers on the intercity net. I thought cyber ninja were pretty much the same, hired by corporations to attack each other, just specializing in intercity net operations. Fine, I'm a cyber Ronin ninja. But I don't know where you came from or why you're helping me. That video you saw at home? The one where Mifune and Mio plot to infect you with oripathy, I was the one who leaked it to warn you. Do you trust me now?
Oh, alright. It wasn't the Beast Lord. It was a cyber ninja!
You were the one who gave me that fright in the middle of the night? Well, it was the first time I worked on the Kinseki channel signal system. There was a mistake, I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. Alright, well, I guess I do owe you my life. Honestly, I only applied to Kinseki channel because I heard it was the biggest TV station in Mitsukue, and I needed a job. But the longer I worked, the more things began to stink. But at least they had you as their poster girl, so they wouldn't even keep their hands off you. Especially that Mifune. I would have just kept my head down and did the work I was paid for, if he wasn't so yabai.
Yabai.
But I'd rather jump into the sea than work another day for that piece of shit. I located Hoshiguma using Mifune's monitoring network, so I patched you in briefly. You can do that? I remember how the technical director spent a long time fumbling with the preset connection the last time I was on air. That just means he sucks at his job. Now listen to me, I'll patch you in with Hoshiguma again and have her wait outside.
Well, take it, Chite. Listen to me and I'll make sure those stupid Yakuza never even catch a glimpse of your shadow. No, I can't go. Are you crazy? Do you want Mifune to cut you up in the bird and beast feed? Where can I go if I leave? The Southern Court's a big place. Plenty of places you could go. Lay low the rest of my life, always looking over my shoulder? No way! I didn't even give myself the name Momoka Hanyu, but if you tell me I have to give it up now... How is that any different from being dead? Are you serious? Aren't you afraid to die? Do you have a death wish or something? I don't know. All I know is that it's the only path I have left. Fine, you know what? That sounded really cool, like a line straight from a movie. You're a star for a reason. How do you plan on continuing to be a star then? What if Kinbi won't let you? Whoever stands in my way, they're gonna find out that even I can bite when backed in a corner. Didn't Kinbi make up all those Kaidan stories? I'll tell all Mitsukui that they've been lied to. Interesting. Can you connect me to every TV set in Mitsukui? I'm going to expose Kinbi to the entire city. How long do you think it's gonna take, hacking all those TVs one at a time? But they're doing that Ascension ceremony and broadcasting it to the whole city. All we need to do is take a ride on it. You still have that broken sword. It'll come in useful. The first thing that Kinmi's people did when they captured us was take it from me. But I'll say it with or without the evidence. Good. I'll get that Kichise girl, and be out only on the side of the TV, and then we can go talk about how we'll teach Mifune a lesson.
Our savior has arrived. She's been the one hacking through the channels.
Where are you? Where are you?
Bro's back here! You went straight back to the Bakemono! To the yokai cat! The Turbo Granny.
Did I doze off? Wait, did the Kami-sama...
I'm not in that much of a hurry.
It's you!
Moriuchi sits straight with the start. He wants to turn around, but dares not, afraid that he will learn that it is all a dream, and there is nothing there at all. The Kami seems satisfied with this reaction. Turbo Granny.
Kami-sama. It's been a long time.
Kami of happy returns.
You're finally willing to show yourself to me. I'm grateful that you pulled my family out of poverty.
Did you spend all those years looking for me just to say thank you?
I wanted to thank you, of course, but there was also something I wanted to ask. Why did you leave us? Why was it that we lost our happy life little by little until it was gone? Did we offend you? Or was it fate that not even you could avert, and that was why you chose to avoid us?
What does any of that have to do with me?
I understand, of course. It couldn't be.
What I mean is, did you spend all those years looking for me just to learn the reason? Were you not looking for me because you wanted to seize happiness again? I've said this many times, but I guess you are too young to remember, so I'll be patient and tell you once more. I never gave anyone anything. Think of it this way. There's something I like and I appear in front of people when I see it.
Something, do you mean? Happiness?
Yes. I didn't avoid you because I was angry at you or ashamed to see you. I simply chose not to see you because happiness had left you. But now I have a reason to see you again. Choose the right path and you shall know happiness beyond your wildest dreams. The Kami's voice is exactly as he remembers, but for some reason it makes his hair stand in the back of his neck stand up. Is it because he had lost his innocence of childhood? Is it because he has heard too many lies in his time? Yes, he has heard too many lies, and he has learned to treat all beautiful promises as deceptions. But this is different.
Please, tell me.
You stand in the eye of the storm. The Oni, Hoshiguma, the snake, Kinbi. Add to that a poor goldfin and a wolf who believes its own nose. You. All fates are intertwined. Oh, there was also an unfortunate old man, and he's dead now.
Desai-san.
With his death, you finally have the chance to seize the happiness that you have longed for.
His death? My happiness? What do you mean? Why is Desai dead? Who killed him?
Is it so hard to guess? What you really should ask yourself, though, is if it matters.
You stand where the countless people could only dream of standing, Moriuchi. This is a business opportunity, a big one. Choose right and everything will be yours.
You want me to stand on Kinbi's side? Kinbi's
I got a burp.
Kinbi's a liar. He wouldn't let me live.
Now I got hiccups.
That's why it's a big business opportunity. Kinbi's a liar, certainly, but he needs you. More specifically, Kinsekikai needs you. The separation of the Kinsekikai and the Kinseki group has entered the final phase. Only a catastrophic event could stop it. Everything seems to be going according to Kinbi's plan, but he is about to find that he isn't as powerful as he thought. You survived for so long between the overworld and underworld of Kajimachi and Nita Street. As a man, you're not that far off from Kinbi.
Moriuchi is stunned. In his mind, he fantasized about his reunion with the Kami countless times. But never in 1,000 years could he have imagined that it would so calmly tell him something so terrifying.
You want me to take Kinbi's place? Is that the happiness that you're talking about?
Yes.
What if I take his place but find it beyond my abilities?
But you'll be rich, very rich.
Rich?
You'll be rich whether you have the ability or not. Maybe not as rich as Kinbi is, but the kind of wealth that you could hardly even imagine right now.
I'm not sure I trust the Kami of Happy Returns. That's a suspicious-ass name.
Is money not happiness? Was it not money that you and your family found when you were young? Is it not because of money that Mitsuku in this country enjoy endless happiness? Where would happiness be if money left you?
Is this the lesson you have for me?
It's not a lesson, just a simple law of existence. Kinbi knows it, the Diet knows it, virtually everyone in Mitsukuin knows it. You knew it too when you were little.
Moriuchi feels a chill come over him as though the setting sun is suffocating its own golden rays. Is this really the Kami he encountered when he was so young? Or is this simply an absurd nightmare? No something trying to deceive him and make him abandon his search for the Kami. But its mannerisms, the way it talks, even the line, "What does any of that have to do with me?" has never forgotten them. In Moriuchi's memory, even those cold words seem to be a kind of encouragement. Now though, Moriuchi is gasping for air, but the cold nightmare seems inexorably suffocating. He reaches into his pocket and takes out the key. There are numerous scratches on the old-fashioned key, with a tiny maneki neko hanging from the keychain. It has kept him company for many years. Money is happiness, you say.
Maybe, but that's what I always thought deep inside. But did you ever stop to think before all that happened? I only ever thought of you as a friend. The only friend of a lonely boy. The friend brought me happiness, for which I was very grateful, but could never repay. You had no intention to accept everything I did. But when you disappeared after I failed to come see you for a while, I thought it must be because I neglected you. I thought I deserved it because I abandoned my only friend. You know, I almost did the exact same thing when I was coerced by Mifune.
The Oni?
Yes. My guts wrenched in shame when she came to rescue me. I couldn't say anything. But you just told me that I got it backwards all along. It wasn't you who brought me happiness, you simply came to me because happiness was there.
Yes.
I see. You're a Kami. You've never been any more or less than a Kami. I'm sorry for my arrogance, to think that I could befriend a Kami, never mind trying to catch its tail. Thank you for coming to see me, and telling me that I've been walking down the wrong path my whole life. How could an information broker have any true friends?
Moriuchi raises the keys and takes off the maneki neko's accessory. He looks at the keychain as though he is talking to the Kami behind it.
But I wanted a friend. A true friend. Can you understand that? Would it make you angry? If you're not angry, might I be so presumptuous as to make a bet with you?
Moriuchi stretches out his hand into the sky unobstructed by concrete. Baby.
If I do as you say, I'll never have a true friend for the rest of my life. I'll never have true happiness.
He bites his lip and opens his trembling hand. The accessory falls straight down like any ordinary object and is soon swallowed by the dark streets beneath the setting sun.
Sayonara.
Where are you going?
To find Hoshiguma. If the Sai is dead as you said, I have to go and help Hoshiguma.
Welcome back. She's in the back alley of Nita Street. The one with the tiny shrine.
Huh? Huh?
What are you hawing for? It's me.
Maneki neko-sama it.
Moriuchi turns around to see nothing, as though nothing was there to begin with except for the orange-yellow glow of dusk. He turns his head to the front and sees a nosy kami floating in air in the front. That neko left because you rejected it. Does it surprise you?
Then why did you help me?
It's not me who wanted to help you. The star of the shrine told me to help you if I have time. For all the Chikawa offers you made. That neko could have done it itself. Humph.
Thank you for the help. And pass on my thanks to that, star?
Don't expect me to help you fight. I'm just pointing the way. I'm just a weasel. After all, both of us have the score to settle with that bastard Mifune. Okay, we got the team up. The unlikely team up.
Moriuchi-san? Did you come to help me or stop me? Help. Did you find your Kami-sama then? It's doing fine. Much better than I am, but it has nothing to do with me, now that I've found it. Where's Momoka? Is she with you? I was about to go in and rescue her.
Moriuchi? Is that Moriuchi?
The TV.
Moriuchi-san! Momoka... Oh, wait. Momoka? Oh, this is a ninja. Momoka told me that your Odin's the best in Higashi. I want to try it once this is all over and done with.
Who are you?
Call me Sarasa, but we don't have time for introductions right now. Momoka Kichi-sen, get closer to the mic. Time to make battle plans. Mitsuku is in for a big surprise. We're gonna crash the Ascension ceremony, which is gonna be broadcasted on all of the TVs. Cold moonlight. Perhaps it is best to be cold and heartless, through and through. Perhaps that home should never have existed in the first place. Gazing down from the top of the TV tower, one can see fireworks rise in the night sky before falling gently and disappearing from sight. The fireworks show has not yet begun. This is simply the warm-up for the warm-up. The figure gazes at his own reflection in the window and that of the reforged Hanya behind him.
Hanya, I finally have you after 20 years. Too late. Too late. What could you possibly do for me other than acting witness to this ceremony in Tesai's place?
As the figure gazes upon the reforged Hanya, he realizes that there are remnants of what seem to be straps of some sort on the handle on the backside.
The backside is untouched. A good shield, but nothing more. Mio! How long until the start of the ceremony?
Around an hour.
I'm going downstairs for some fresh air.
Hoshiguma may crash the ceremony, Mifune-san. So much the better. What do you mean?
If she does, it would mean one of two things. Either she's been driven to madness or that she somehow managed to stay calm after Sasai's death. On my turf, in front of my camera, and on television, however, she'll be nothing more than a crazed murderer. Nothing more than a footnote in the Ascension ceremony. A failure driven to madness even if I'm no match for her. The ones upstairs will take care of her.
About Momoka?
Getting soft-hearted. Well, we could certainly keep her around for a while longer, extract every last bit of value from her,
We have plenty of ways to persuade her. But we'll have to leave that Kichise alive too, so that Momok is not driven to despair. You haven't dealt with her yet, have you?
No.
Good. What about Tetsuya? Mio?
He escaped.
He what?
Mio let him go. Mifune's voice turned sinister in an instant.
The truth.
I let him go.
Soft-hearted again?
Yes.
Is that all?
That's all.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm prepared to accept my punishment.
It can wait, but this necessitates a change in your responsibilities. You will face Hoshiguma if she does come.
It's my duty.
Don't be in such a hurry to say yes. You know what awaits if she shows up before me still living and breathing.
Yes.
2 ninjas will keep a constant eye on you. Don't try anything funny. Now I need to get that fresh air. Make sure everyone is ready for an unexpected situation.
We have a short window when this fucker comes down from the building to kidnap him and take him somewhere where we could off him silently.
The fireworks show won't start for a while. Let's walk around. No, darling. We should go straight to the site of the fireworks show on the other side of the river. They're saying on the intercity net this area is not safe for now.
Who is this cute bunny girl?
Rumor has it that the Oyabun of the Kinseki guy is dead. Killed by the Aoni, the one in the Kaidan.
Oh, that media mogul? What's his name?
No, that's Mifune. It was Tessai who died.
Huh, you know. I actually thought Mifune was the one who died, since he's always showing up in public.
There's been rumors coming from Kajimachi, plus the Northern Court spy that they're talking about. Anyway, we should go over to the other side of the river.
Meanwhile, Kaidan. Hot topics. Manipulation of public opinion. It has become second nature to him. Who would have thought that all the Kaidan in Mitsukui originated from Shimasu's attempt to blackmail him over the Diet's candidate affair, only to end up slain by his own sword. Shimasu's death needed to be covered up. The fledgling TV station needed relevance. The Diet member whom he was trying to butter up was waiting to see him prove his quality. So he linked Hoshiguma with Sawar, the Silentius of the Shinaki, and reported on the haunted house for a week. It was a smashing success. The intensive reporting dispelled any suspicions that viewers had, and left behind plenty of room for him to clean up and misdirect. Relevance from the Kaidan became money. Money moved Diet members and shackled the police, made the Kinseki Kai grovel before him, and rendered Tasai powerless to intervene. Everything snowballed from there. The haunted house became the ideal place to dispose of people who got in the way. But the trick could not continue forever. Interest would fade and revenue would decline, while Tasai's suspicions and the pressure of the public opinion grew. When the last gangster who knew about how the Diet candidate died was dealt with, he began to expand the scope of the channels of the Kaidan. It could involve the kami or accidents, even a fabricated story that was sufficiently interesting and frightening. He too wondered why the people of Mitsukui were so obsessed with the Kaidan. They feared any potential danger in life, but they could not control their own curiosity. The prospect of danger seemed to represent a fatal attraction. The TV station provided Kinseki Kai with a constant source of income, funding, and crystalline component industry, making him someone whom Tasai looked down on but could not do without him. Meanwhile, to him, Tasai was already nothing more than a... Alert! Hoshiguma is here!
Emergency! 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 This is not a drill! This is not a drill!
What's going on? Earthquake?
Mitsuku is under attack by the Northern Court! Repeat! Mitsuku is under attack by the Northern Court! For your own safety, please follow these instructions.
What? A Northern Court invasion?
If you are inside, close all doors and windows and await further instructions.
If you are outside, go to the nearest shelter immediately.
Shelter? Do we have any of those in Mitsukue? There used to be announcements, but now we'll have to look for the signs.
On Nita Street and beyond, all of Mitsukue is suddenly filled with red lights, with the exception of the oblivious fireworks. A fear that was once forgotten had been reawakened. Conflict between North and South has only increased since the Blood Peak campaign, but rapid economic growth caused the attention of the people to drift away from the gunfire at the border. Mitsukue and Kusarigawa continue to treat each other as potential adversaries, even after the 90s, but the average folk have long since forgotten the possibility. This fear, which has lain forgotten for many years but never truly left, seized the hearts of Mitsukue people more powerfully than any kaidan. Mifune-san!
What the blazes is going on?
Someone hacked into the Kinseki channel's broadcasting network. They tampered with the backup emergency footage provided by the government and are broadcasting it all over the city. We're not sure how, but they even managed to take over the networks of some of the other stations. Even the partners are affected. They're spamming our phone lines thinking that we approved it.
Moshi Moshi, what's going on? It's the diet!
How's the infiltration going?
Couldn't be better. Total chaos right now, had no difficulty breaching.
Don't go too far, Sarasa. There might be unintended consequences to be spreading fake news. Don't worry, I avoided crowded places like the fireworks show and places like hospitals, schools, and old folks' homes, where people tend to have weak hearts. I also set a retraction video to play when the warnings looped a few times, telling people it was a mistake. I'll go to the ceremony now with Momoka and Kichise. Time for you to create more chaos, Hoshiguma.
On it.
We have a distraction in place. Hoshiguma walks in the opposite direction of the panicking crowd, towards the TV station. As Sarasa said, the broadcasts are now changing to play the retraction video, and the crowd gradually begins to calm down. As Hoshiguma walks, she wonders if she might see the reaction she hoped for from the crowd. It need not be an awakening or an awareness of vigilance, nothing so heavy. She just wants to see them shiver and remember what fear truly is, not just a little punctuation to spice up a happy life. But all she hears is people excitedly repeating one word: Kaidan.
Here we are. Solo security. Looks like the station really has its hands full.
The one-horned Oni walks inside without hesitation, passing 1, 2, and 3 station staff without being noticed. Until the 4th.
The Aoni!
It's the Aoni! Call the Kinseki Kai! That was fast.
I suggest you make way while I'm still asking politely. No?
They have her surrounded. They outnumber her many to one, yet for some reason there is a thought in all of their minds that they cannot shake. She outmatches them one against many.
This is for your own good. Maybe some of you have heard what the Aoni of Kinseki did 20 years ago, right here in Mitsukue. Even if we're no longer clan family, even if your Oyabun killed Uncle Tasai, I don't want to fight you if I don't have to. Make way. I want to see Kinbi. Don't make me do this. You won't get away. The Kinseki never issued a notice of expulsion or no contract to you. You're still part of the Kinseki, and to attack us is to attack your own family. Do you really believe that?
No one answers. Hoshiguma continues walking almost nonchalantly. There is no sound of footsteps behind her, only a slight whoosh of something flying through the air. She does not even cast a glance on it, be it knife or flash drive, shuriken, or just a handful of beans. None of that matters anymore. When you're throwing a knife, you should really throw it like you mean it. You might as well have been throwing roasted soybeans. Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi. Well, that's the old saying? Oni out, fortune in.
Surrender and we could keep it at that. There's no bad blood between us.
No bad blood? Maybe you're right, but back in my day, we had a different slogan for when we threw beans in Kajimachi. We said, fortune out, Oni in.
Cinema. She draws her sword. The Yakuza who have heard of the Aoni instinctively take a step backwards. Only one of the younger members steps forward, seemingly oblivious to what he is risking for a chance of glory.
Alright then.
No one saw what the one-horned Oni did. All they saw was a blue flash and the young Yakuza fell to the ground, a bloody gash on his thigh.
There's only one of her! Get her! We're the Kinseki Kai! We're the strongest! Get her! We must not disappoint the Kinseki Kai or Chairman Mifune! Ah!
That's more like it. They rush towards the striding Oni like a tide. The Oni takes a step after step forward until the distance between her and the figure ahead closes to a hair's breadth. Once again, the blue light, but this time, everyone sees the true nature of the Oni, no longer attempting to suppress her fury. Hoshiguma's blade moves through the air. Before long, there is no longer anyone standing in her way. The injuries are not fatal, but no one has the strength or the stomach to oppose her anymore. Only the one-horned Oni stands tall. Sad. I mean, were they ever going to get Hoshiguma? No. The real threat is Mio.
The TV station's in total chaos! Wow. Grandma told me stories about the Northern Court Special Forces infiltrating Mitsuku in our youth. I didn't think much of it at the time, thinking about it now, though. What we're seeing is just a fraction of what could really happen. What do you think about my surprise for Kinbi? I think it might be a little too big. Well, we should focus on our own tasks. Moriuchi-san has already infiltrated the TV station. We need to head to the Ascension ceremony. There shouldn't be any more people there at this time, but you'll need help if there's any resistance. Gotcha. All that's left to do is act. I'll lead the way. Climb up this vent. Follow me. I'm coming. It's so high. Don't worry, I've got a light. Hold my hand and I'll lead you on.
Momoka tries not to look down, but she cannot keep herself from shaking. They are moving through massive formations of steel rebar. The darkness of night hangs above, while it is bright as day underneath their feet. TV station staff, Yakuza, and ninja form a picture of chaos beneath them. How is there no ninja set up on the rafters that can spot them?
How are you doing, Kichise? Alright. Good. You don't come up to this kind of place often? Who does? Are you a deserting ninja or something? No, I got used to this kind of place while hiding from ninjas. Hiding? That's not important. We're here.
She hides from ninjas. When are you becoming playable, Sarasa?
We've got people down below. Momoka, jump over this gap and follow those pipes down the stage. You should be able to stay out of their view. That far? I'll try.
Momoka clenches her fists, her eyes fixed forward, kicks the ground hard. The steel structure suddenly starts moving and the platform beneath Momoka's feet starts to vibrate irregularly.
Why did it start moving all of a sudden? I think I'm falling! Watch your head! What's going on? Wah! She fell? We're going down too! Sarasa! Yahoo!
Alright, just jumping down. Onto the stage.
Are you alright, Momoka? I'm alright, hanging in there. Get on the stage, I'll get the console. Start once the lights come on. I can't wait for Momoka's show.
Uh-oh, it's Mio.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Mio-san?
Momoka?
You've come to stop me, haven't you?
Yes.
Why?
For the Kinseki Kai. I know what you're going to say. That will ruin the Kinsekikai.
Mio-san, Hoshiguma's shown up at the door of the TV station. You should go now according to Mifune-san's instructions.
Hoshiguma showed up for her.
But Mifune-san... Ugh!
The other one watching me. I know you're there. Go and tell Mifune-san that Hoshiguma will definitely come, and I'll be waiting for her here. Now, Momoka, Kichise-san, and the girl hiding behind the console, whose name I do not know. I suggest you stay put until Hoshiguma shows up. Your grievance against Mifune and the Kinsekikai are certainly legitimate, but this place is also home to me and many others. I can't let you destroy it.
She's bluffing! Momoka! The black ethereal hand suddenly appears in front of Kichise's neck. She instinctively takes a step back and pulls the trigger. The ethereal hand shreds the bead-shaped grenade. The lights go out and the stage darkens, illuminated only by a faint light in the direction of the console. Mio walks towards the light, sword in one hand, Tanto in the other.
That's right, I'm here. Come on now.
Flashbang! One of the spotlights suddenly turns on, shining straight into Mio's eyes, and another, and another, and another. Then they all turn off at the same time. Mio's hesitation lasts only an instant. She takes a moment to collect herself, then charges at the console. Bang! A falling spotlight narrowly misses Mio's head. By the time she turns her gaze back to the control console, there is no longer anyone there. While Mio is occupied with the console, Kichite and Momoka and Sarasa begin running towards the side stage exit.
She locked the door! Let's try another!
Click, click, click. They hear the sounds of locks being engaged. The lights above their heads turn back on. Mio slowly walks towards the gathered trio.
The lights are no longer under your control. Resistance is futile.
You think so? Sarasa closes her eyes and raises her lamp-shaped staff. Mio's pace quickens. Suddenly, the tip of the staff emits a blinding light, and the spotlight above the stage turns off again. Not just the spotlights. All the light that remains on stage is trapped in the liquid bouncing at the tip of the staff. What is that? There's liquid in the staff? That's a weird-ass arts unit.
Lights out, Ice Queen!
And even the last glimmer of light is utterly consumed.
Sarasa? Let me sleep. I'm so tired. What do we do? I can hear Mio-san's footsteps. She's coming. Let's try the other side of the stage. Maybe the door is still unlocked. No, it's too far. She'll find us. This is where we fell, right? Can we go back the way we came? The vents.
Kichise puts Sarasa on her back and was about to move when they hear Mio's voice coming from the center stage.
Don't bother. I can hear you.
What do we do?
It's all or nothing. I'll deal with her.
Suddenly, she hears the sound of knocking behind her.
Is it locked? I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. Get out of the way.
A massive crash in the locked door swings open, bringing in light from beyond. The next instant, as though answering the called light coming in from the door, bright orbs of light float up from Sarasa's staff and go back to where they came from.
Sarasa? I thought I would get to sleep a little longer. There'll be no light here as long as I'm still asleep.
Sarasa yawns and the spotlights above flicker. Mio does not move from her position, so Sarasa begins walking towards the console. Momoka follows hesitantly and Mio remains in place.
Aren't you going to stop them? No, your blade is drawn. My duty is not to deal with them. I doubt your minions have what it takes to beat Kichise and Sarasa. In that case, there's nothing I can do. What about Mifune? I don't care. You. Our battle has nothing to do with him.
Meanwhile, back in the station.
The last TV station's back online, Detective Korito. I hear you. The guy assigned to the fireworks show wants to know what to do. The citizens are still uneasy after that scare. Any risk of a stampede or other serious accident? Minimal. The situation's very much within expected parameters. Then the show will go on. Mifune likes excitement. We'll give him excitement. We're getting calls from citizens asking what happened. What do you think? What do you think I think? Tell them we're investigating. Kinseki Station is, of course, responsible for the erroneous announcement of a Northern Court invasion. We're taking this very seriously.
Detective Korito, you have a visitor.
Who? Gohei Mifune.
Diet member?
Detective Korito. It wasn't Mifune. I thought it would have been his diet friend paying a personal visit. Making insinuations will do you no favors for your career. Besides, you overstate your own importance. Should I take that as admission? I've come to warn you. The police must bear responsibility for the chaos that occurred on Mita Street tonight. We do not wish to see the chaos spread any further. Bear responsibility, eh? Oh dear, I think I just peed my pants. Watch your attitude. You still have the chance to settle this matter peacefully. Do I? Pray enlighten me. Cancel all events scheduled for tonight. Focus your forces on restoring order at Kinseki Station. Begin a search for those responsible. Such as, the number one suspect is, I'm sure, Kohei Mifune, considering that it was his station that broadcast. Your men are not allowed to touch him. Have a nice day. If you refuse to obey orders, you may go once you have signed this resignation. Feel free to discuss any concerns with your supervisor. Wow, I still have the chance to turn back. It's too late for that. Like you said, it's too late for that.
Detective reaches out with his foot.
You.
He trips the visitor, takes the piece of paper with the name of the detective supervisor on it, and tears it to pieces.
Oh my, I didn't expect you to fall like that. I thought our diet friend would have been a tougher secretary. How dare you! Go tell your boss that the police are here to protect his bloody life, not his bloody money. If you really think someone's after his life, he could come personally to the station and file a report. We'll take it into consideration. Now get lost!
Meanwhile, back at the stage. White sword, black gloves, white hand, black sword, white tanto, black ethereal hand. It is a dizzying exchange of black and white. Contrary to the impression she gives, the Liberty Sword plays overwhelmingly aggressive, with only attacks, feints, and more attacks, with not the slightest attention paid to defense. The moves of the one-horned Oni, on the other hand, are almost staggeringly basic. Dodge, parry, backstep, sidestep.
12. You just blocked 12 attacks in quick succession. Why don't you fight back? Are you still afraid of your sword?
Or it's maybe because you have playable character plot armor, so we can't kill you.
If I was, I wouldn't have left it sheathed to begin with. You, on the other hand, look all polite and cultured, but your moves are pure aggression and ferocity. That's not Kinbi's style. My sword has nothing to do with him. Then why do you give your life for him? Since when have I given my life for him? Stop fooling yourself.
Hoshiguma takes a deliberate look around. Kichise is sending explosions everywhere with her grenades, while the stage equipment has turned into a giant monster under Sarasa's control. With Momoka doing an impressive job of not getting caught, the trio is more than holding their own. There is only one last thing to do in their battle plan.
The only thing I'm trying to protect is the Kinseki Kai.
We're not trying to bring down the Kinseki Kai, just Mifune. Because Hoshiguma's gonna take over. Actually, no. Moriuchi's gonna take over.
And Kinbi has to lead it? The Kinsekikai needs to be a place where the dregs of society can survive. Those who have nowhere else to go. And Desai couldn't give you that. No. You can keep parrying, but you'll eventually show an opening. Finally, you're attacking. All I got was the edge of your clothes. There is blue fire burning around you. Is that your arts? Blue fire. You're right, I didn't notice.
It's the Oni's flame.
Back to the question, what is that Desai couldn't give you but Kinbi can? Desai could not even protect himself.
Hoshiguma thrusts. The attack is simple, but the flames upon the sword force Mio to leap backwards.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Your flames are burning even fiercer. Tell me, why couldn't Desai give you what you wanted? Because Desai couldn't protect himself. Mitsukui didn't need him, nor did it need a Mio working under Desai. You? A silent, ragged orphan who only fights tooth and nail when someone steps on her is a subject of scorn. An equally silent, well-dressed assailant who draws her sword when the company's interests are compromised is the subject of admiration. I thought you came from some noble martial family fallen on hard times. Huh. Because I wanted to give dregs of society like us a home, and so he's dead. Mifune knows we don't deserve a home, and so he lives on. Is that how Mitsukui judges the Kinsekikai? Always has.
Hoshiguma is almost completely engulfed in the azure flame. The Libri wonders if the flame will consume the Oni before it consumes her.
You are angry. Were you angry like this too 20 years ago? Does that matter? Mifune-san wants you to lose your reason, as you did 20 years ago. He believes it will turn you into a crazed beast, one that everyone will be eager to put down. You know this is what he wants, and so you suppress yourself, which is why you didn't draw your sword last time. Huh. Are you inviting me to give into anger? Complete the mission your master assigned? It's not what I want, but I would have no issue with it. It would be a shame, that's all. Why? A perfect opponent who could never stand before me in perfect condition, forced to either suppress herself or lose control entirely. But that's all. Take this.
Mio once again prepares to attack. 3 hands, 3 swords, a posture seemingly without form or order, but ready to pounce on any weakness. I forgot she's like Zoro. Catch!
Who's there?
Oh, Horiuchi.
This is crazy heavy. You know how hard it was to get it out of Kinbi's room, even with all that chaos at the TV station. Catch.
Horiuchi swings his entire body to throw Hanya in the direction of the standoff.
Yes, the shield!
Mio's ethereal hand is the first to catch Hanya's handle, but Hoshiguma leaps and spins 180 degrees like she is dancing, forcing the ethereal hand to loosen its grip, allowing her to take Hanya's handle.
Suppress or lose control. It won't happen with or without Hanya.
Hoshiguma tightens her grip around the ribbon on her sword.
Hanya's old friend after all. An old friend after all. Maybe you had a chance just now, but not any longer.
Rage. The rage that seemed compressed around Hoshiguma spreads outwards, burning on her arms, her shield, and her sword. Hoshiguma takes a step forward, and the flames of the rage almost catch the hem of Mio's clothing.
Good. It's good enough for me to know that you won't lose control.
Hoshiguma faces off against black and white, hands human and not, swords long and short. The Libri shows no fear. The edges of her mouth angle ever so slightly upwards.
Any last words? Be kind to the Kinsekikai. Be kind to Momoka. My conscience is clear on all the other matters, except her. I'll remember. What about Kinbi? Any last words about him you want to say? Him? Is there any need to talk about him here and now? Good point.
Hoshiguma shifts her posture to one that makes it easy to unleash her power. The blue flames continue to burn intermittently around her. The face of Hanya glares with wide open eyes on the face of the shield. The edge of the sword seems ready to seep blue blood. Ha!
Is this Hanya? Yes, this is Hanya. Your swords are worthy of you. You took the full brunt of Hanya and survived. You can pick them up, then we'll continue. There's no need. You've made your strength clear. There's no point in trying to fight you anymore. I must prepare. For what? For the aftermath. For a Kinsekikai without Mifune-san.
I told you. Bro, she radiated playable character energy. They're not gonna kill her off. I could sniff out that plot armor from far away, dog. Eventually, when we get back here, in a sequel, she'll become playable, or maybe she'll be involved in a different Higashi plotline. Something with the Northern and Southern Court, maybe, and maybe, we could get, what's her face? The ninja. Fumizuki's, ninja. Maybe she could be involved as well. Shiryuki?
How's things on Momoka's side, Moriuchi? Are they ready?
Just waiting for you to finish fighting. Sarasa.
Aye aye, sir. Momoka. Momoka stands in the middle of the stage with a spotlight on her. Kichise has done her best to clear space, though there are still a few Yakuza lying on the ground near her. I'm ready to begin. Alright then. Kinseki Station's biggest program of the night begins now. Cinema. We resolve the conflict without killing a potential 6-star character. I'm down with that. Also, I need to pee. Be right back. I've returned and filled my water. AT-8. Flowing river. The water will wash everything away, but the way things were before will live on in memory.
Yes, it's me. I just came back from our diet friend's place. Where's Hoshiguma? The venue! What about Mio? Has she dealt with them? No, she left? That traitor! What about the network? Did you record what's going on inside? What about Hoshiguma? Damn it! Get the editors in now and make the footage of her fight and Mio look like she completely lost control. What do you mean there's no time? Hacking! Hijack network. Can't deal with it. What good are you? Cut the signal if we can't deal with it. The power supply too. The only thing left to air tonight is the apology. Who cares if the signal goes out? We can't have someone babbling on my channel. Hello? Hello? Chikusho lost the signal! You idiot, you demand I come and give a personal explanation that just gives my enemies a chance to strike! Everything's gone to hell while I was humoring that bastard. Even Hanya is gone. Calm down. Clean up the mess and start over. It'll be alright. It's not the first time. First go to the venue and stop those insects. The diet has given the nod on Hoshiguma. All that's left is to clean up public opinion.
Uh-oh, Tetsuya who escaped.
Came to cause trouble with your dear Hoshiguma Aniki, have you? Hoshiguma? Oh my goodness, should I compliment you for your bravery or your adorable stupidity? Look at how beat up you are. Seems like my men were still playing with you, not knowing you no longer had any use. Who did you grab this real sword from? Tell me. I'll return it to him before he gets angry. Can be you. Me. I don't have time to play with you, Tetsuya. Your father may have taught you the basics of swordsmanship when you were little, but you have a long way to go before you're ready to use it in a real fight. A father and son who got turned against each other by a mask. How much do you think you actually understood about the swordplay he taught you? Turned against? Yes, turned against each other. I've said all I needed to say. Now get lost before I change my mind and reunite you with Tesai. You're the one who should be reunited with my father.
Deep breath. I know countless people are watching me. I must tell them the truth. But does it mean anything? They love Momoka Hanyu. They love to watch her panic at the kaidan that seem to orbit around her. They love to watch me get scared, not speak out the truth, and certainly not the real me. Yes, I'm afraid of even that. I'm a coward. Being afraid is the biggest common denominator between Haruka and Momoka Hanyu. Hello everyone. Good evening. I'm Momoka Hanyu, the girl who's afraid of kaidan, who just couldn't seem to get away from them. I'm sorry for disturbing you all after that big accident that just occurred on air.
Momochi?
Didn't she go missing? How did she suddenly pop up like that?
Was that emergency broadcast really a kaidan?
Is she caught in the middle of a kaidan and looking for help from us? As you can see, I'm standing here before you. Strange things seem to happen to me all the time. That's how kaidan are. They appear without warning and disappear the same way. But what if I told you that all the kaidan were fake, from the very beginning? Momoka, Kinseki Channel's really throwing money into her, pulling that disappearing act. What's the kaidan this time?
She said they're all fake.
What? Is she out of her mind? Does she think we're all stupid? Aren't kaidan all around us all the time?
That's what she said. Don't ask me, watch her yourself.
What if I told you that with the exception of a handful of kaidan associated with the kami, all the shows that I've been on, all the kaidan that I've experienced, all of them were fabricated? I'm not talking about hypotheticals. I'm talking about true lies. Kinseki Station and the Kinseki Talent Agency deceived you, and I unknowingly became their accomplice. I'm sorry. I won't make any excuses for deceiving you. I'll accept any criticism.
I told you, no TV tonight.
My classmate told me they're airing something really amazing. Look, the Kaidan lady spills the beans on the fake Kaidan. I've been a part of countless lies. For example, the original Kaidan, my family home, the family home of the Yaoni of Kinsekikai and Kajimachi that killed its residents. It was no paranormal activity, just actual murder. I now accuse Kohei Mifune, president of Kinseki Channel and Kinseki Talent Agency, and the de facto leader of the Kinsekikai Yakuza Syndicate, of being the mastermind behind all of this. Without any evidence, he suspected me of being in league with his political opponent Tasai, and plotted to infect me with Urpathy when I knew nothing of any of it. The Aoni of Kinsekikai was exiled from Mitsukue after taking the fall for his crimes many years ago. She was framed for my kidnapping when in fact she had saved my life. When I accidentally stumbled upon the truth behind the Kaidan, he wanted to silence me, spreading rumors that I was retiring.
Detective Korito, upstairs is absolutely fuming. This is the 8th time they're ordering us to cut the signal. What did we do with the last 7 orders? Nothing. You've got it. I know you've been unhappy about me saying these things will get better. I stopped believing it at some point. Whatever happens tonight is on me. Let there be one night when the police don't have to grovel to anyone. It's my parting gift to you.
This is what I needed to tell you tonight. Next, there's something else I want to tell you about myself. I know a lot of people think I'm overacting in the shows. You think I'm being dramatic on purpose. What I want to tell you is that the fear has been a constant in Momoka Hanyu's entire life. Partly it's because I was told too many horror stories when I was little, but the more important reason is that I grew up in Gokawa, the city infamous for its polluted water. Their fear is not about serial killers roaming the streets at night, unicycles that bring misfortune, or elevators to hell. It's about watching your loved ones becoming bedridden all of a sudden, falling while walking on flat ground, and losing their feeling in their hands. It all happens so naturally, so gradually, and it's too late by the time you realize it. I was one of the lucky ones. Look, I came to Mitsukue to be bathed in people's attention, to be adoring, judging, or scornful. My fear was no longer about pain, illness, and death. It was about viewer ratings, losing fans, pressure from the agency, and fabricated kaidan. It seems such a luxury to fear those things, now that my life is once again under threat. Isn't it sort of happiness to be afraid of kaidan?
It's a first world issue. It's like, oh, urban legends! Meanwhile, pedophiles control the entire world!
We don't need to face true danger. We lie in our beds, screaming at stories we don't know if they're true, and satisfy ourselves with the sensation of our nerves tightening and relaxing again. But I'm afraid I can never enjoy it the same way again. This luxury was lost to me forever when I learned that the kaidan that used to scare me were lies, manifestations of greed, murders, and cover-ups. From this day forth, kaidan shall no longer be a part of Momoka Hanyu's life. I hereby announce that I'm leaving the Kinseki Talent Agency and dissociating myself from all Kinseki Kai affiliates.
Tetsuya is lying on the ground next to Mifune, wounded but alive. Okay, you two got that playable character plot armor, Tetsuya. It is not that the Fidya intended to spare him. Indeed, Mifune wanted to put an end to this quickly many times, only to be forced back by the suicidal attacks by the young Oni, who seemed to be intentionally aiming himself at the tip of Mifune's sword just to find a chance to take Mifune down with him. Momoka's speech coming through the screen beside him only served as a further distraction, and his trembling hands repeatedly missed their mark. Even as Mifune changed his goal from killing to incapacitation, and then to simply shaking off this maniac in order to deal with the fallout, Tetsuya kept getting up from the ground in spite of all of his injuries. Meanwhile, Momoka's speech is drawing to a close.
I will continue to walk the performance path as long as I live.
I want to bring hope to others and tell those plagued by fear that there is someone who was once just like you. Someone who knows how you feel. She will sing your story, act your story, but she will do all that she can so that your voices will not fade into darkness.
Momoka wipes away a drop of sweat from her brow.
Wow, I really said a lot, didn't I? You know, I'm starting to get cold feet now after having said all that. I'm really timid after all. Maybe the Kaidan aren't the only lies in our lives. Maybe there are countless more lies like theirs, and the prosperity that we enjoy is built upon these lies.
What is that bitch babbling about? She doesn't even know that everything is built upon faith. She doesn't know that if panic spreads.
But this is our life, and it will continue until the end arrives. If it arrives. Even if it's built upon lies, upon bubbling that might shatter tomorrow, it's still our life. A life that I have to learn to love. Besides, even if a life like this is destined to disappear someday, it's beautiful, isn't it? An instant of beauty will be the warmth that stays with us through the cold night, even after everything falls apart, as long as we keep it in our hearts. That's all I want to say. This has been Momoka Hanyu, and I apologize for taking up your valuable time. Perhaps, no, we will meet again.
There's no longer any possibility of turning the tables. The Phidia stares blankly at the figure on the screen. Oh, you got up again. Shall we continue? The bitch is done babbling. You can take revenge for your pop now again. The young Oni sets his unsteady feet. The Phidia has collected himself and identifies an opening that will let him put a sword through his ribs when he makes his move. But the Oni does not move. Are you scared? No. But even a fool like me can tell that you're finished. Tetsuya turns around. Mifune's face is ghastly pale, but he does not make a move. I'm showing my back to you. Aren't you going to kill me? Not in the mood. There are plenty of people I want to kill first. I'll come find you when they're all dead. Oh, and one more thing. Mifune stares at Tetsuya's back. Suddenly he blurts out a sentence that even he himself is unsure why he says it. The words I said to your father, they were actually for you. Tetsuya cannot tell if these words are meant to provoke or to accomplish something else. He turns and casts one glare at Mifune with bloodshot eyes before leaving with unsteady steps.
Phew.
Everything feels so surreal, just like a dream. After finishing her speech, she fainted on stage out of excitement. Everything that happened next was like a blur. In any case, Hoshiguma went upstairs, while Moriuchi, Kichise, and Sarasa took her downstairs. She seems to remember fighting and explosions, but it all felt so far away.
Where are we? Kichise, Moriuchi-san? Sarasa? Why is Sarasa on the ground? She's asleep! She fell asleep in the TV station too. Does she get tired easily? No time for this, it's my turn to carry her now. Where are you, Momoka? Where's Sarasa? Did you get lost in the alleys?
What? Ninja! Gotcha! Mio's gonna save her.
I got her! I got her on my own! I might get promoted for this! Good thing I had duct tape on me. She's a singer. Who knows how loud she could get when she hollers. I dreamed about ninjutsu items before I became a ninja, but it's only the veterans who get to use the good stuff. Well, all I get is trash. Gotta report this upstairs. I forgot. I discharged my terminal so I could enjoy an afternoon of peace and quiet in one of the coffee shops in the alleys. Then this girl just falls into my hands like that. Definitely my lucky day. Where's my Originium Circuit Hyorogan? The ninja takes out the Originium Circuit Hyorogan. A spherical Originium appliance with a long wire attached to it, he connects to the depleted terminal.
It's charging so slowly. Hey, how about I pull that tape off your mouth and you sing a song or two for me? Well, it's not like I would do it, even if you nodded. Did you know? We were looking for you everywhere after you ran away on that motorbike last night. I was the one who searched your house. Oh, boy, was that a crappy place. Big idol like you, I thought you'd be living in a mansion or something, but you didn't have anything worth shit.
Wait a minute, is this guy the one that killed Hasuke?
What's with the collection of garbage by your window anyway? Some kind of weird obsession? Oh, say that again! Wait, say that again! The tape came loose. I thought I put it on right. Huh, who cares? Just a frail little idol. I tell you, not only did I have to check all the weird garbage you had by the window one by one, I also trimmed that dying plant for you. You cut Hasuke? Hasuke? Oh, the tree sprout was barely even a weed. Yeah, I did it. What about it? How did you even take care of it? I have no idea, because its leaves are all yellow and brittle. No way it was gonna live, so I put it out of its misery. It was a kindness. I've grown flowers before. It takes patience and endless love and care, you understand. Someone like you. Hey. How'd you get up? What kind of crappy duct tape was that? I see you must know some sort of arts. You're Ager, so I guess it's about water? That's racist. That's it, of course. No wonder the tape came loose. But then the vets say that only the infected could use arts without a unit. That's weird. You couldn't have broken the tape with brute force, could you? Nah, of course not. I doubt you've ever lifted anything heavier than an apple. Must be arts, definitely.
Bro, he's just running his mouth. Mio, can we cut this guy down?
So what? What are you gonna do? Spray water in my face?
The novice ninja taunts Momoka, but he keeps his gaze fixed on her eyes. A cornered beast will fight back, and the same is true for the girl in front of him. What kind of arts will she use? Mist, a high-pressure jet, acid spray even. He must not let his guard down just because he is facing an idol with no combat experience. It is unlikely that her arts would be particularly powerful, and there would be little movement from her microphone-shaped arts unit when she casts. Better to stay focused on her eyes. Her eyes will betray all that she is thinking. For example, murderous intent. Foolish girl not knowing her place. She actually wants to murk him for killing Hasuke. But that is all. Observe her eyes, analyze her intent, be it the timing or casting, direction or... Why is there no intent other than murder? Before he can react, the ninja feels a dull thud on his head.
What? You hit me on the head with your mic! What kind of arts is... Ugh! Murderer! Beast! Heartless devil! This is for Hasuke! Wait, calm down! No, I will not! It wasn't dead yet! How could you? How could you cut my Hasuke?
Momoka babbles her incoherent, vengeful fury, a far cry from the image that she presented on stage just moments ago. Her microphone finds the ninja, again and again, striking with a fury that even hell does not know.
Stop! Stop! No! I will kill you, you bastard! I will beat this heartless monster to death! Momoka, what are you doing? I'm killing the bastard who killed my Hasuke! I will rip him limb from limb! So you're fine? I'm fine! I'm very fine! I'm gonna beat this asshole to a pulp! Momoka, calm down, he's not worth it. We gotta get out of here.
The rain of blows finally comes to an end as footsteps fade into the distance. The other voice must have belonged to Kichise, the one who was with Momoka. Yes, it was Kichise who took Momoka away. It must be her. Thank you, Kichise. You're my lucky star. Novice Ninja gives Kichise the most sincere gratitude before passing out. Not that he is in any condition to verbalize it. He was about to die. he was gonna deserve that. But also, I don't think Momoka should stay in her hands like that.
I've been waiting for you. No one can stop you even after all these years.
With posturing, your men have already scattered. I strolled right on in here.
What business does the Aoni of Kinsekikai have with a man who's already finished? If you came to take revenge for yourself and Dasai, all you need to do is draw your sword.
Hoshiguma shakes her head.
Your crimes have been exposed on your own TV station. Your diet member upstairs won't help you now, no matter how much bribe money he got from you. How he may try to cover up his ill-gotten gains is none of my business. It's enough for me to that justice will be served for the people you actually killed.
You almost sound like a cop.
Yeah, I've been working for the Lungmen police force.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
I want to laugh, but I'm not in quite the mood tonight. I thought the LGD was just a gimmick.
I only came to do what I should have done when I took the step 20 years ago. I came to cut my last ties to Higashi.
No! Stay, Hoshiguma! Take over! Don't... Man, why are we letting Moriuchi take over the Kinsekikai?
And how do you intend to do that? You can't cut yourself from your past. Karma and fate will always follow you. You could put them in chains, lock them in boxes, but they will escape when you're least prepared and tear everything into pieces. The only thing you could cut is my throat, and it would be nothing more than a formality if you did so. Nothing more than venting your anger.
Yeah, formality. There's nothing I want from you or Mitsukue. All I want is a formality. A letter of excommunication. Tell all of Mitsukue that Hoshiguma no longer has anything to do with Mitsukue, the Kinsekikai, or the Aoni Kaidan.
The tall figure blinks, then begins laughing wryly.
I see Lungmen has indeed turned you into a cop through and through.
Fuck! Hoshiguma!
But I refuse. We have a better way of dissociating someone. Cross swords with me. Rebel against the Oyabun of the Kinsekikai, and there will be no room left for the Kinsekikai to treat you as one of us, no matter which one of us falls.
Do we really have to do this?
This is the true meaning of finishing unfinished business from 20 years ago. It's just.
Mifune casts a glance around his office.
I rather like this place. It would be a shame if a mess was made of it. Let's go somewhere else.
Where?
Kajimachi.
You've raised it to the ground.
Our memories remain, don't they?
You're one twisted bastard.
Let's go. Maybe we'll even catch the end of the fireworks show.
One last duel. 1v1 at the flowing river at Kajimachi, underneath the fireworks.
No, Madame Oni, I can't let you go any further. I have to save him. Madame Oni! There's no time, I'll only say this once, get out of my way. Are you really Madame Oni? Is there any humanity left in you? Why? Why wouldn't I be Madame Oni? Shuji is dead. You killed him. Shuji. You're not Madame Oni anymore. You're just an Oni. A vicious Oni even. You would kill the brother you drank at the same table with. You wouldn't even hesitate as long as we're in your way. Will you kill me too, vicious Oni? Out of my way, Kotaro. I can't turn back. I must stop Kinbi no matter what. Vicious Oni!
She instinctively raises her sword, pointing it in front of her. The man charges towards her, but the sword goes through his chest, as though he intentionally impaled himself upon it. Did he do it on purpose, or did he parry his blade? Or did she parry his blade then?
Vicious Oni. Go to hell. Vicious Oni. Am I a vicious Oni? Oni.
Blood fills her eyes, blinding her. She will cut down anyone who charges at her. I think this is the most blood we've ever seen in any Arknights CG. This might be the most blood we've ever seen. Holy shit. She will cut down anyone who charges at her. She will strike back at any weapon that strikes at her. More cries, the sound of weapons cutting through the night, discombobulated sounds that blend into a single lump in her chest, beating with her heart pulsing, until it fully synchronizes with her heartbeat, drowning out all other sounds. In the bloody haze, the vicious Oni keeps walking and killing, leaving behind a trail of blood and bodies until she reaches the rundown shack and kicks the door open. There is no sound there. The vicious Oni stands at the door, cocking her head, as though she is listening for some kind of sound coming from hell that humans cannot hear. Until she hears a trembling voice.
Dead.
Who's dead?
The died candidate is dead.
The died candidate is dead? The cries fade. The sound of weapons cutting through the air fades. The sound of heartbeat fades. All the sounds grow distant and fade. Only the voices from hell echo by her ear, clearer than ever. Oni. Vicious Oni. Go to hell.
This place. I picked this empty lot by the riverbank rather than those ruins along the way, so you won't be distracted by the memories. No need to thank me. Good timing too. The fireworks show isn't over yet. What? Getting cold feet now?
No. I just wanted to clear up everything before we started fighting.
What else isn't clear?
Only one thing. Where did your hatred come from? I ran into Tetsuya at the TV station and heard from him what happened when Uncle Tasai died. You didn't have to be so cruel. I don't know how he treated you all these years. He must have not seen you as an adversary if you got as far as to turn him into a figurehead. Besides, I didn't think I did you any wrong. When I came back to Mitsukue, all I wanted was to make sure that my sacrifice wasn't meaningless.
Sacrifice. That's why you make me sick, you and Tasai. You're a fool. He's a bigger fool. Even if you really did accidentally kill the candidate, did you think he wouldn't know to frame me for it, since I was there too? He favored you, so I kept waiting for the day that he would make me take responsibility for the murder. It would have been the best result. He would protect his favorite while eliminating a subordinate who had been going over his head. As for that little thing about killing one's brothers, what does it matter? Who would be foolish enough to speak up with Hanya in your hand and his support behind you? But he chose to cut ties with his favorite, choosing honor over family. How sickening. Did he really not know that the Oyabun of the Kinseki Kai was the furthest thing from honor? Or did he just pretend not to know? Honor is a personal thing. When a group of people start acting in the name of honor, they either fall apart or they're just dregs of society fooling themselves. Tasai always liked to boast, talking about how Yakuza were pathetic outcasts that could only live under the protection of the syndicate. Retired veterans, hoodlums, gamblers, peddlers, orphans, Tasai united them under the banner of Kinseki Kai, hoping they would love each other like family. Forget everything before the night for a moment. Let's just talk about what happened after the died candidate's death. Shimazu tried to blackmail me. Goda tried to undermine me. Sanoguchi tried to exclude me as he once excluded you. Family. Nothing more than old Tasai's pipe dream. Besides, is it anything more than just an excuse for one's failure to fit into society? What do you say, Officer Hoshiguma? If what he said is true, then what are you and what am I?
If this is your idea of fitting into society, I'm glad I'm the one who took responsibility.
Finally, you're making sense, Officer Hoshiguma. You have no idea how lucky you are. You took responsibility and left,
I chose silence instead, cleaning up the mess that you and Tasai left behind. Are the public in arms about the Yakuza killing a diet candidate? Then spend money, build industries, and tread on your own dignity to butter up a real diet member. Getting hit by TV reports, build your own media through crystalline industry, and change the image of the Yakuza. People starting to have designs on your burgeoning industry, set your pride aside and cling to the people that have the most use to you. Run into someone that you can't soothe over, then there's no choice. Eliminate them. And you're complaining about it? Didn't you choose it yourself? Yes, I chose it. I let my own weakness shut my mouth that night. You chose the twisted path of shame and guilty conscience. Guilty conscience? Don't make me laugh, Officer Hoshiguma! The path I chose showed just how incompetent Tasai was, how hypocritical his honor was, and how close his Kinseki Kai was close to destruction. He was an incompetent blind shogi player who began to abandon piece after piece, for his precious Kinseki Kai as changing times threatened to checkmate it.
Bro's just yapping. Get to the fighting. My throat's getting sore, bro.
Your incident was just the beginning. The concept of diet had just emerged, and he had already abandoned you. When the relationship between North and South was at its most delicate, he was foolish enough to buy weapons from the Northern Court factions just to destroy a gang that was acting out of line in his eyes. One that had better weapons than the Kinseki Kai. He didn't even have that much grudge against them, other than the fact that they had once harbored the wandering vicious Oni who killed his family. Ostensibly, he was taking revenge for his wife and son. And look what came of it. He abandoned Tetsuya's mother and turned Tetsuya against him. As for me, how many times would he have abandoned me? But for the fact that this lieutenant of his never believed in this honor of his for even a moment. I was proven right, time and again. He's no more than a pawn who thinks himself a king, charging blindly into the fray. Did he think promotion awaited? No, everyone else, friend or foe, was walking in the opposite direction. There's nothing but a dead end waiting him at the end of the road. To hold back the tide for that fool, clean up his mess, all the while getting walked all over by him. I would rather you killed me in your madness that night. Happy now? Is that enough reason for you to bring your sword or shield to bear?
I only have one question. Why are you putting on an act?
An act?
I agree that he could have reinforced his position by putting the blame on you. I can understand why you say that the Oyabun of the Kinseki Kai is the furthest from honor. I believe you when you say you stemmed the tide of the Kinseki Kai's destruction, and that you're angry at Uncle Tasai for being in that way.
Then what do you want to say?
I just don't know what to think anymore. It was you who brought me back to Kajimachi. It was you who tried to make me lose my reason and eliminate me once and for all. It was you who earned Tetsuya's fervent loyalty. It was you who made him witness his own father's death at your hands. It was you who cut off your own finger in front of Uncle Tasai. It was you who cursed his incompetence, even unto his death. Your analysis was very clear, very rational. I fully understood what you were saying and how you got to this point. But the clearer and the more rational it is, the less I could believe it. Is this really you, or is this one final act of madness, written and directed by yourself so that I would believe that this is the kind of person that you are? Uncle Tasai said that you were faking it when you cut off your little finger that day in Kajimachi. I didn't believe it. But now I really want to know. How many fingers are there under your left glove?
It was fake all along. He never cut off a single finger. The figure freezes. He stares into Hoshiguma's eyes as though waiting for her to avert her gaze. Realizing that it is pointless, he snorts and displays his left hand in front of him before slowly removing his glove. A little finger made of machinery rather than flesh and blood trembles where the pinky should be. Oh, it was real!
I want to tell you that the little finger I cut off had been with me for decades,
But you wouldn't believe it, would you? Ha! Very good. Very good. Of all the things you said, there's only one that has been a little bit of value. Honor is a personal thing. Are you done? Yeah. If you got any men hiding out here, now would be a good time to holler for them. There's only me. No one in hiding, no traps, no tricks. Is the life of a media mogul a politician's favorite? The Oyabun of the Kinseki Kai something to be taken so lightly? Mogul, not for long. Politician, you made sure to put an end to that personally. I had to crack my neck. Oyabun of the Kinseki Kai, remind me who crashed the Ascension ceremony again. If you think I've been acting, congratulations, because I'm tired of it. I'm just a Yakuza backed into a corner. If that's the only death I can have, then I would have a clean death. A beautiful death. Even if everything you've done up to now was a big pile of dishonor. I'm not talking about honor, that rusty piece of trash floating around your emphasized heads. I'm talking about beauty. What's about to happen may not compare to making a son watch his father die with him, for him, but you cannot deny. There's a beauty to a duel by the riverside, under the fireworks, the blood spilling on the banks, perhaps even a head flying into the air. Don't worry, Hoshiguma. In the event that I'm not the one who dies, I'll admit that you wrote a beautiful ending for yourself as a Yakuza. I don't need it. I'm fighting you for one reason, to cut my last ties with you, with the Kinseki Kai, with Mitsukue and with Higashi. Suit yourself. How should I sing the song of your death in the event that it happens? Who did I kill? An Oni? An Oni. An Oni who has lost her home forever.
Mifune says no more. He pulls his long sword, which seems far too long for most men, but just right for him. The blade is sharp as snow, and hidden in the night as summer frost that should not be, that could fade away any moment.
I had a thought, Hoshiguma. The pompousness that had filled his voice up to this point is completely gone. When we were young, the side took us to watch the show, here by this very riverside. I remember. He said don't look down on yourself just because you're Yakuza. He said we're descendants of warriors. He said generations after generations of samurai since Shigekazu Onishobu have given their lives for loyalty and righteousness, and we are their legacy. He said that even without noble status, without power, without a liege to serve, even without the bloodline of warriors, loyalty and righteousness never die. The warrior's spirit never dies. Jinki, Ninkyu, honor in all its names. The warrior's spirit lives on even if it has fallen in hard times, even if it has become distorted, even if it has taken on so many names, even if no bonds of blood tie us. He was spewing nonsense, wasn't he? It was all an act, wasn't it?
Mifune stares straight into Hoshiguma's eyes.
You don't know the answer. There's only one thing I know. Someone you hated so much would never put an act for you. Sure enough. You trusted him. I trusted you. I believe you when you say that the side didn't lie to me. I believe that we're the last descendants of warriors. Here, in Nan-in Anzai, Mitsukueo Yashiro. As for the true blue-blooded warriors whose emblems are passed on from generation to generation, I suppose they're all speculating in real estate right now.
Kinbi sneers. Opposite him, the blue flames of rage burn brightly around Hoshiguma. No longer does it burn for Kinbi, but bright it burns, almost burning through the brightly suffocating night of Mitsukue.
And then, in the blink of an eye, it is over. Cinema. The two stand with their backs towards each other, having swapped places in exchange. Hoshiguma returns her sword to its sheath. Kinbi's figure drops lower and lower until he falls to the ground, no longer able to stand. You're not injured at all. I have a slight cut on my face. What about me? I can feel myself bleeding, Hoshiguma, but I don't want to look. Tell me, how much time do I have left? I don't know. I think there'll be someone here soon, after I leave. I think you'll live a pretty long time. Why didn't you kill me? You and we have nothing to do with each other anymore. There will be other people to judge you for Uncle Tasai and Momoka. After all these years, at the end of it all, you won. No, I lost. Completely. You hate the way of this city so very much. I just don't recognize it anymore. It's no longer my home, that's all. Sayonara. We won't meet again. Hoshiguma turns and walks towards the ruins of Kajimachi. Lying on the ground, Kinbi casts his gaze towards the other side of the river, and he feels the cold of his own blood leaving his body. The noise and commotion look down coldly on the empty shores on this side, which will soon become much shinier and brighter. The one-horned Oni walks past the ruins of the old buildings, past the indifferent bustle of the entertainment district, past the foe who had once crossed swords with her a moment ago, and into the glaring dark night. The cool breeze blows from behind, bringing fresh liberation and sounds that do not belong to the present. Going to the summer fair with her father, the unscrupulous yatai owner, giving her a net made of the flimsiest paper for scooping fins. That summer night, after her father's passing, she licked the apple candy Tasai gave her that did not seem right for her age. The throwing rings that seemed too juvenile for her, but which could never seem to hit their mark as though they were imbued with some sort of arts. Going to the shooting stall with the Holy City of Laterano sign that only had cheap stuff, after getting drunk with her Kinsekikai brothers. She takes one step after another, these scenes of Higashini's summer nights. But they are ghosts of the past, brushing by her, fading into the distance like one she has defeated. And the fireworks. Yes, the fireworks of Higashi's summer nights, which may never have a chance to see again. She may never have a chance to see again. So you didn't see any of the fireworks at all. Basically. What? You missed the entire fireworks show? Yeah. That's such a shame. Well, who is this? It's Yuri. That's what it is. At least you'll see this. I couldn't find any fireworks that nice. All I found on Nita Street was small stuff like this. Don't be sad, okay? Why would I be sad? I'm so relieved to hear that. A surprise encounter with someone wearing a surprising smile on her face and carrying a surprising gift. Hoshiguma feels tears coming to her eyes. The tiny fireworks in front of her seem brighter than the rest of the city combined. It's beautiful. This too is Yuri! Fleeting, but beautiful. Where are the others? Kichise, Sarasa, Moriuchi, and Tetsuya. Kichise and Moriuchi-san are being questioned by the tired-looking cop. They should be coming out soon. Sarasa suddenly fell asleep one block before we ran into the cops. She told us to just leave her there. By the time I talked to the cops and went back for her, she was nowhere to be seen. As for Tetsuya, I have no idea. Oh, we should let the police know that Kinby is still lying on the riverbank. Someone should go and get him.
They're already headed over. There you are. What are you doing? Hosting your own fireworks show?
Looks like it.
You have someone here who missed the entire thing, after all. Gotta make it up somehow.
The other Beast Lord from the shrine. The star of the shrine.
This is Kami-sama.
What's the matter, Hoshiguma? Did something happen?
It showed himself to her.
No, nothing. Just imagining things.
It seems that the Kami smiled at her, or perhaps it has always been smiling. The figure begins to fade, and the firework that Momoka is holding is close to going out. The last sparks fade into the darkness. Hoshiguma, don't go back to Lungmen. Come on, man. Wayfarer, AT-ST-3. She is a wayfarer at home. She has found her home as a wayfarer. No! They went back to Lungmen. Wait. No. Hold up.
Really? She wrote just one line? What would I get from lying to you? I have it right here, if you want to read it yourself.
Ne Zeklan Tan Mao, I heard you pissed Ne Aje off so bad that he just up and Zhao Mai. That's it, not even a sign off.
You found that funny?
One, I didn't know she was capable of pulling off cursive script when speed writing. Two, did you not set the record straight after she personally slapped this letter onto your head, Commissioner Swire?
Stinky rat, do you think I would have come looking for you if she weren't avoiding me like the plague? Why are you still in your siesta outfit? Did you just come back from vacation?
You didn't have to. The less we see each other, the better.
I hereby declare the last fin ball in your bowl is now mine.
Go ahead, consider it consolation in my inaccurate assumption.
You really love to understate things, don't you?
How do you want me to phrase it then? You clash head-on with your grandfather in New Siesta? Can't say I falsely accuse you of that, can you?
Humph. Though you think I should have a chat with Hoshiguma?
You should, but it's not appropriate for you to do so.
I know she's been avoiding me and only calls me by my official title when she has to, but I'm sure we haven't become estranged or anything like that. After all, she needs to keep up a low profile and avoid arousing suspicion after all that's happened. Plus, she misunderstood me and is kind of awkward about it now. And one of her elders has passed too. Fuck! She did return to Lungmen!
She's not that sensitive.
Really? I feel like she can be quite sentimental sometimes. Well, not really. How do I describe that?
Wait for Chen to come back and maybe she could help you brainstorm your answer. Though what I mean is her current behavior might not be from overthinking. She's merely trying to mess with you.
You stinking rat! We're thick as thieves, Hoshiguma and I, but she's not one bit as cunning and petty as you.
I appreciate the compliment.
Did we bring Momoka back to Lungmen?
Thank you for the omiyage, Inspector Hoshiguma. No thanks necessary. While you were in Higashi, I happened to visit the Jiangqi Jianbing shop quite a few times and began to enjoy the taste of scallion. I heard you encountered many unpleasant events in Mitsukue. I'm touched you still bothered to bring something back for me after all of that. It's what I ought to do anyways. Besides, I did stir up quite a ruckus in Mitsukue. I'd be sorry if the mess had affected you, Mr. Wei or even Lungmen. Not at all. What I have heard people talk about is your wisdom and courage. You not only cleared your name, but also avenged Desai-san, who was a father to you. That Kinbi was never a good man. It was only natural for him to be arrested and put on trial. Fortunate for him that you have a good heart and didn't take his head. I still have a question for you. No need for formalities, just ask. You weren't this shy last time when I was riding a little fast and you sideswiped me to force me to slow down. Actually, ever since I came back from Mitsukue, I've been thinking. Lungmen and Mitsukue, what is the difference between the two? How can I declare myself a Lungmenite with no hesitation, but I can't seem to consider Mitsukue my home any longer? Because Mr. Lin manages the triads well? Because Lungmen has no so-called kami? That can't be it. Hoshiguma, the most important thing in the city is the people, real living residents. People have dreams, and the people determine what sort of stories will happen within the boundaries of the city. You mean, Lungmen has long since awoken from the dream Mitsukue is still in.
Which means the triads. Because the triads are working together with the government, whether we like it or not.
Fortunately, you managed to make some good friends over there. They're probably the best of my experience in Mitsukue. Isn't that good enough? I have a bizarre story to share with you too, Inspector. What is it? I have heard that near to Mitsukue, in Himedo City, a young Kyokaku has appeared. He keeps up his face hidden. And though his swordplay isn't stellar, he still manages to overpower his enemies with just a bokuto in hand.
Oh great, it's Tetsuya. He's being Batman. In a different city.
This young man, who seemed ordinary, eliminated the gang that had been committing fraud in the city for years. According to him, he walked all the way from Mitsukue to Himedo and would rest no more than a few days before embarking for the next city. I hope his journey goes well. One more thing, which isn't as strange, but it has something to do with you. A police officer dismissed from his post in Mitsukue is now planning to run for diet office. You think the old cop would make it? Odds are 99% no. But should one just simply quit because it's difficult to achieve? True. Alright, that's enough chatting for today, and we're pretty much done with the Janbing too. Time for the next round to begin. I did notice you switched to a new ride today, but my old pal won't give in without a fight.
I forgot that these two raced on their motorcycles.
I didn't expect the pressure to settle in before I started my engine, Inspector. Could it be you're tired today? 30% maybe.
Meanwhile, back in Mitsukue.
Here, Chikuwa Daikon Burden Beast sending.
Phew!
How's the talent agency stuff going? Good?
Good and bad. It's coming along nonetheless.
I'm glad to hear that. You cried so much when Hoshiguma left. I thought you'd leave Mitsukue for Lungmen too.
I wasn't that down bad. Hold up. Ayo? Wording? Hoshiguma had her reasons to go and I have my reasons to stay.
Huh, Momoka-san, I see you have already gained the air of a professional negotiator, and in such a short time.
Save it. Ah! It's hot!
Easy. There's no need to rush.
Phew. It's hot, but it tastes so good. You know, I might have to leave the city for a bit.
Going to that Rhodes Island Hoshiguma mentioned.
That's right. I know that... words are hard. I know the Momoka name is already bound tight to me down to my bones, but I still think maybe in a place where no one knows Momoka Hanyu, Arakashino could have a little life of her own.
Hoshiguma will recognize you at least.
Don't cut in, I'm being serious.
Alright. Who knows? I might visit too, and make a few more friends myself.
Moriuchi-san, how long do you think we could live like this?
What's with the sudden topic change? I don't get what you really mean.
I can't explain it, but I feel like days like these are numbered.
I'm even more confused.
I mean, how do I put it? Nina Street is full of people every night. The skyscrapers in Kajimachi are almost finished. I walk down the street and 9 out of 10 people are talking about how housing prices are gonna go through the roof. All my shows have sold out in a single night, and I shake hands with fans until I grow calluses on my palms. But I get a feeling this will all come to an end pretty soon. What are we teasing? What are the flags that we're raising right now?
What do you mean? War? An attack from the Northern Court?
They might not have to make the first move. They might be drawn into this by us.
The Yakuza were the only... The Yakuza were basically the power structure keeping order in the city. As much order as the Yakuza will let it.
Oh, someone's calling.
Business.
No, it's Kichise. Momoka, big news! What is it? Did the real estate market crash? Huh? You still asleep? Didn't that new project hit a fresh high today? How could it crash? It's about Sarasa. Sarasa? Didn't she leave Mitsukui soon after Tetsuya? She sent me a letter with her family crest on it. It's the Nishigoris. The Nishigori clan? From the Northern Court's 4 great clans?
Sarasa was the Northern Court spy. There was a spy after all. Wait a minute. Hold up. Was this all just a plan to destabilize the Southern Court by bringing the Yakuza down?
She said she had fun in Mitsukua, but the noise we made might have been a bit too loud, so she went back to Kusarikawa to hide from her family for a bit. She said she'd come back to look for us once it's safer.
Okay, so she's hiding from her family.
How's that for big news? That's pretty big. She mentioned you too, and she knows that you're starting a talent agency, and she'd join if it takes off.
Wait a minute. She's gonna be an idol?
My agency? To be an idol? The princess of the Nishigori clan?
Momoka, shh.
Talking too loud.
If there's nothing else.
What if Mio was the Northern spy, though? Just had a thought.
There's no rush. Your work is consistent more so than Mifune. The Kinseki Kai are under you now, but the Kinseki group remains a hot potato with a few willing to take over. Have you any interest in picking up his scraps and giving the Kinseki Kai another chance?
No, sir.
Oh, the Diet member. Indeed, picking up his legacy is rather easy in theory, but who knows how many hardships stand in the way. Do you intend to remain like this for the rest of your days, a gang leader for a group that had lost their home turf?
I'm just creating a home for people who fell off society's ladder and doing a bit of cleanup work. Besides, there's no way I could possibly drag this on forever, if Mitsukui no longer needs the Kinseki Kai. I've had enough of both the Kinseki Kai and the Kinseki group. I came here today to not only fulfill Mifune-san's promise to you, but also to inform you. I have tried my best to deal with the Kinseki Kai's aftermath, and now I bid my farewell.
You know where you could be needed? At Rhodes Island. As a playable operator. Who am I kidding? They're gonna make her a 5-star and she's gonna be ass.
You've made up your mind, so I won't insist on changing it. Good. Excuse me. Alas, a beautiful face, but a heart icier than the fields of Ursus. I was trying to be kind, but she just wouldn't appreciate it. How rare. Forget it. Let's take a look at the goods.
The paunchy Diet member stands up in the luxurious reception room and walks towards a small door at the back.
Was the Diet member the spy?
Shockingly, the room past the door holds no confidential documents or precious metals. Bereft or even entertainment facilities, it merely looks like a simple sloppy room of a local. Other than the old pachinko machine in the center of the room. Pachinko. Having escaped destruction in Kajimachi, it is now connected to a dedicated circuit emitting light and distorted music. The Diet member, who appeared quite dignified earlier, is jumping at the chance to have a try at the machine. Gamba! He lifts a huge basket of pachinko balls from the ground. Right before he inserts them into the machine, a voice sounds from behind it. Got your wish?
Yes, Kami-sama. Thank you for your blessings. I'm finally content. Thank you for showing up at my humble home after so long. You stayed with me for so many years, but suddenly vanished the other day. I was so worried, I thought you had abandoned me. Ah, happy returns.
The kami swiftly pounces onto the top of the machine. Were we being manipulated all along by the kami?
All that trouble just for this machine? Sure enough. I mean, I wouldn't have achieved all this without this machine. All thanks to your blessings. I don't remember ever blessing you with anything. Even if you didn't help me in recent years, your aid from 20 years ago was enough for the rest of my life.
Wait, 20 years ago? Was this cat behind the incident 20 years ago?
That again? Indeed, the incident that turned me from a useless dreg into an impressive member of society. I told you before, that had nothing to do with me either. I don't believe you. Think about it, what sort of loser was I back then? A jobless hikikomori, unwilling to study or work. To borrow a trendy word of today, yes, a NEET. Every day I begged my mother for coin to get a few pachinko rounds in. If I won, I'd consider myself lucky for the day, or unlucky otherwise. But that day my destiny changed. I saw you on the streets. I got nothing but wins that day. The pachinko balls flowed freely like water, and I even ran out of trays to carry them all. And then I won a fortune big enough to start a business on Nita Street. They were just pachinko balls after all. There was no way I could win more than the house. But you showed up, it proved to me. I was no longer a loser. From that day on, I believed strongly I was blessed with fortune by you, looked after by the kami. Had I not gotten blessed by you, how could I have won so much at pachinko and used the earnings to speculate and profit till today? I blessed you. Of course.
Why does this cat have such a suspicious aura?
The past few days, you were gone, yes. I went through so many hurdles. I asked that Kinbi to bring me back my pachinko machine. A simple job, no. But I couldn't give the order directly, so I said, take over Kajimachi, come up with a redevelopment plan, and bring back this pachinko machine on the way back, because I have ties to it.
Wait a minute, what? This bastard was behind everything all along.
And then everything went to shit. The Kajimachi gangs, the Lungmen cop, even Kinbi's own artist. What a mess it was. The machine was almost lost to the chaos too. Fuzuk keru na.
Fuza keru na.
If something happened to this machine we blessed, then what point is there turning that piece of rotten land by the river into Mitsukui's commercial center? It's not just me, but the whole of Mitsukui too. All of the southern court is under your watch. Which is why we're developing so fast and how our prosperity prices are soaring, right?
Wait. Ooh, the world building. This cat is injecting prosperity into the southern court, which allows it to become like Japan in the 90s. 80s, 90s, 70s. I don't know which decade this is. The 70s, I think. The boom of Japan. Meanwhile, the Northern Court are still stuck in Samurai and Ninjas era. I think. Mainly based on what we've seen from the Monster Hunter event.
The Northern Court bumpkins are scrunching up their faces in anger, but they can't do anything about the fact that you don't want to go over there. With you watching over us, we will surely improve for...
A drop of sweat slides down his face. Not from nervousness, but his passion has gotten him heated up.
For eternity.
And the kami looks down at him from the top of the machine. Down at the secretly purchased 30-floor high luxury apartment with VIP exclusive elevators. Down at the almost 100-meter high building. Down at the clamor and chaos of Mitsukui. And then it speaks a line it was tired of repeating, yet rarely taken seriously. It has nothing to do with me.
What does that have anything to do with me?
The kami jumps out of the tiny room, and then the Diet member,
But the Diet member who finally succumbed to his want for a pachinko game does not notice its exit. He will never see the kami ever again after this day.
Alright. Secretly, there's a cat just ruling the southern court of Higashi. Meanwhile, back at Suzerain's papa.
How long have they been talking?
3 hours at least. There's no signs of it ending. Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Don't even think about running away. You do know that you caused a huge commotion in Mitsukue, attracting 2 of the 8 major family heads, even nearly caused a dispute between the North and South, do you?
Forget about my old man, and at least that old deer from the Kano can't do anything to you. You're a priest after all. Even if you're not one of the 8 great clans, your bloodline's pretty...
Enough! You may no longer want to live, but you shouldn't drag your friends down with you. You even sent them letters saying that you were planning to hide in Kusarikawa. They would have been in danger right now if you weren't here, performing Dogeza.
Didn't you promise Momoka and the rest that you'd risk your life to keep theirs safe? I'm sure you're a good man, so since you're eager to help, I'm just going to the bathroom.
Enough praises. The Kano and Nishigori heads will be out here soon. It'll all be fine if you stay, but if you run,
Woohoo!
Are you hungry? I have some chikuwa here. You can have them if you want.
Arigato. Kanushi-sama, I heard the shrine clergy mention you have a daughter.
Suzerain, our light.
Yes, I do. She's a little younger than you.
Are you as harsh with her as you were with me?
The priest is momentarily stunned, then looks at Sarasa as if she is a creature he cannot communicate with.
Me? Harsh with Lisa? What are you thinking?
I mean, didn't she run away like I did? I'm still Higashi, but she ran all the way to Siracusa.
About that. Ingrid can explain the whole thing to you if you meet her.
The door suddenly opens. Fortunately, Sarasa noticed earlier the flickering light coming from the door gap and returns to her Dogeza pose right on time. She's gotta apologize for all the fuss that she made. 2 of the clan leaders are here. The priest immediately catches on and straightens his back with head bowed, standing to the side. Ager!
Now then, allow me to once again apologize to you and the Kano clan on behalf of the Nishigori clan. We're extremely sorry for the trouble caused by our failure to discipline our younger generation.
Oh, they're an Ager clan! Sarasa is an Ager. Elafia. So they're a deer clan.
Please, there's no need to exaggerate. The important issues are all settled, and I would like to thank your daughter for providing this opportunity for us to hold this discussion in person. Mitsukue has an incompetent Diet member who allows violent gangs to run rampant, and your daughter merely acted in the name of justice. What wrong has she committed? As for the Kami's whereabouts, if I may be so bold, I believe it is best to leave them to appear on their own terms for now.
The 2 clan leaders slowly stroll through the shrine's garden and towards the exit of the divine grounds, as if they have not noticed the 2 standing and kneeling behind them.
So, we're out of trouble?
Technically, yes. It's time to head home, Sarasa.
The old Ager casually calls out as he stands under the torii gate. You think Mizuki was picked up by this clan? Come to think of it. Hold up. I just realized. Mizuki first showed up on the shores of Higashi. Who gave him that name? Sarasa freezes on the spot, her flushed cheeks from the joy of having gotten herself out of trouble turning pale. She raises her head to look up at the little patch of sky encircled by the shrine, closes her eyes and clenches her fists in a position where she believes her father cannot see. Then she puts on an obedient and emotionless expression as she follows her father's footsteps out of the shrine grounds. We set up a lot there. There seems to be more coming to Higashi very soon, considering we've now established the conflict between the northern and southern court. Surely we're not just going to continue this in the next summer event, right? The next summer event should be TT going to the gold. No, TT is going to Minos. Pepe is headed towards the Golden City in Sargon. When are they gonna have time to do more of this? Please, at least a side story. I beg. I beg. Anyway, though, kind of disappointed that Hoshiguma returned back to Lungmen. I thought she would take over the Yakuza and then keep it straight, but I guess Mio's there to do that. And Hoshiguma has stronger ties to Lungmen now, considering that she's a dog of the police. Whatever, dude. I guess it's a fine ending regardless. Still one of my favorite events of all time, though. I really enjoyed finally getting into Higashi proper. Not just in the Monster Hunter event, but finally into a full-on Higashi city. The Yakuza plotline was great. The Haruka idol subplot was heart-wrenching. I enjoyed this entire event. Anyway, I think that'll be that for this stream as we finished off our story reading of ATO. On Wednesday, we'll be back with some more Enfield as we play through Yvonne's side story again. I want to see it. I want to redo it on live. I just feel like it, even though we already went through it in the beta. I don't know if there are any more new events coming to OG Arknights that will have anything to do next weekend, but that will be it for us for now. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, chilled out in chat, and used us as second monitor content. Once again, my name is Nez, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you friendos next time. Bye-bye.